Welcome back to DZD Podcast. I'm Dante.
Danny.
Zachy.
And today we got another special guest. We got one of the best guards in the county, 22-point scorer. We got Western Conference Player of the Year. Just won a district title, Danny Delgardo.
Yes, sir.
Yo, and how's your day, bro? How you feeling?
Pretty good. Pretty good.
You worked out today at all?
Nah, not today.
You was chilling?
Yeah.
What do you be doing during the week, like every week?
Well, typically we work out, but today we had to clean, so we had to clean our locker, and then I came over here.
That's good, bro. Where did your love for the game come from? So like at a young age.
I really think it was because of my dad, because when I was like a little kid, like I don't remember any of it, but he said when I was a little kid, when he would coach at college, he would just take me to the games, so I'd just be like watching everything and watching all the games, and then eventually, like when I got old enough, like, I just started dribbling and like trying to shoot. Even when I would airball, like I would still have fun. So I think that's where it started.
Did you always play with your cousin Derek?
Pretty much, yeah.
That's good.
So how young were y'all when you started playing?
Like organized, I think around like 7 or 8 maybe.
So the YMCA, like.
Yeah, it was first. It was Salvation Army. No, first it was the YMCA. Then it was Salvation Army, and then it just grew to like AAU in middle school.
And y'all been playing like G1 together from middle school?
Yeah, I think our first G1 team was like 5th to 6th grade.
Do you have any early memory of like you like playing basketball as a kid that you just like felt like you were better than most of the kids you were going up against? Like a crazy story or anything?
It was like, I mean, really, it was in Salvation Army. Like we were playing on little hoops, so it was like, it was fun, but it was like, what am I doing? But it was like a whole bunch of kids, and like we would just like blow everybody out by 40. But there was always this one team. There was like this one team that I swear the Salvation Army would cheat for, and we always lost them by like 1 point. It was so fun. So I was like, it is what it is.
And from a young age, your coach has been your dad, your uncle, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then you've been with your cousin.
Mm-hmm.
And how'd that impact you? Like, those are like role models,
I think it benefits me, and like I feel like I have an advantage, like even AAU, because there are coaches for AAU, so it's like they're always coaching me, so it's like I'm used to it by now. Now it's like I listen, like it's like I feel comfortable doing anything. So
Does it bring the family closer together, being around the sport all that time?
Sometimes it's like we argue, but it's like it's all part of basketball. So I'm like, you know what, it is what it is.
And like you've been playing with another ball dominant guard, your cousin. How's that? Like, I know y'all both need the ball in your hand. You know what I mean? Like,
it's actually pretty fun because it's pretty funny. Like, cause sometimes like if I'm having an off game, like teams will still like try to guard me, like even though I'm having an off game. So I'll just give it to him, and he'll cook and like go off for 30, and then vice versa. And then there's just games that we both have like 25, and those are just like the good games. Just.
When did your family start thinking about going to Leto and that big plan that y'all have in changing the culture, and y'all ended up doing it this year and the last couple of years, but like how was it like pursuing that with your family?
It was fun. I don't know exactly when it started, like when my dad and uncle talked about it, but I know my dad and uncle coached there for 1 year before we got there, and like that year their goal was to get more wins than the previous year, and like that previous year they only had like 1 win. And then the year that my dad and uncle came, they had like 3 or 4, I'm pretty sure. And then it was us. So, I mean, it was pretty good, but I don't know exactly when they planned it.
So you stepped in there as a freshman, and you're playing right away at the varsity level. That's tough, right?
At first it was like a big surprise because I was used to playing like against kids my age, because it was middle school and AAU, and like in middle school, like 6th and 8th grade, like it's a difference, but it's not as big of a difference as you're like a freshman going against like a really good senior. So it was tough at first, but eventually I got used to it.
Do you have any good games as a freshman where you just went off? Or
I think freshman year it was like maybe it was definitely my most inconsistent year. So like I can't really recall like one game. I know against Gulf High School, it was like a MLK Day tournament. And me and my cousin, we combined for like 63 freshman year.
Yeah.
63?
Yeah. That's insane.
Crazy.
It was pretty fun.
Do players get intimidated quickly? Like, do you notice that, or do people come at you even harder because you're dropping that many points?
I feel like it depending on like who we're playing, or like even like a specific player. Like some players get like intimidated, and I can tell, but others like they're like, oh, they're really good and they come hard, but like sometimes I'm like they're coming. Pause. Pause. I don't even know how to say it. Like pause.
Yeah, you good.
Oh my god.
Good, bro.
Like they try to play us harder, so we just like use it to our advantage, and like they're like basically make them waste their energy.
Dante making me laugh.
Oh my god.
But yeah, so that's your sophomore year.
Wait. I wanted the freshman year. But like, what y'all do in like towards the end of your freshman year? How did that season end? Like, what happened?
It was freshman year was just bad. I don't even remember like how we lost or what our losing streak was, but I know sophomore year it was like when we went into the regional tournament, we were like it was like a 3-game losing streak, so it was pretty bad.
Yeah, and then each year y'all just seem like y'all get better physically. Y'all just hooping, like y'all just play with energy. That sophomore year, y'all turned it up. Everybody like didn't see y'all coming from. Y'all came from nowhere, started getting buckets. How was that sophomore year?
It was actually a really good experience, and like I believe like everything happens for a reason. So it was kind of like a wake up call, like not for everybody else, but for like us as well. Like oh we're pretty good, like we can do this. So it was like just motivation, and like even this year is like motivation for next year. So
And then y'all, how y'all end that season, the sophomore season?
I'm pretty sure that was the year we had our like 3-year.
That was when we beat them.
losing
We
streak.
beat them in the district
We had
semis.
lost to y'all for
Yeah.
Yeah,
district.
they came the next year and whooped everybody's ass.
Yeah, so that season, that was like when Leto really put their names back on the map. Was there a game in particular where it was like there was a lot of fans, everyone's going crazy, like that when you knew like you were there to play?
Well, I don't know. It happened like all of a sudden, but the game that we played you guys at sophomore year, it was like so packed, and I don't know like why it was so packed or what it was, but it was almost like a rival game. But the year before, we weren't even good enough to have a rival, but there was like so many people there. I was actually surprised.
Yeah, that was the most. We were just talking about that. That was some of the most fans we've played in front of. Like,
Yeah, and then y'all lost to Gaither. That started like a little rivalry, you know what I'm saying? But then how y'all treat that off season right there? Like y'all came back different.
Well, we were working for sure, and like even through AAU, like we were still working out during the week. Like even if we didn't have AAU practice, we would still work out like 2 workouts a day, just weight room and then gym. So I think that prepared us for this season.
were you traveling a lot for AAU?
Yeah, we actually traveled the most we have in like a while. Last AAU season, and this AAU season we're traveling, I think, a little more than we did last year too. So
Where'd y'all go last year?
last year we went to our farthest tournaments were like Boston, Georgia. I think those are the 2 farthest that I can remember.
Yeah, and then now starting junior year, people already recognizing you, and then out of nowhere you just boom, you started that season. How you had like a 38 piece, ain't you? How much you had that first game?
First game.
Or that game at King that like
Oh,
started
yeah.
the scene.
It was like I forget what it was. It was like a little preseason tournament. I always get them mixed up. I forget if it was. I don't think it was Santa Fe. I think it was. No, it was Santa Fe. It was like a really good game, and my cousin, he was hurt that game too. So it was like, it wasn't like I knew I was gonna take all the shots, but I knew I was gonna like be putting it up because he wasn't there to play with me. So it was just it was a really good game, and like after that game, I was just ready for the season. Like I was so ready.
How much you had?
I think I had like 39.
Yeah.
That's insane, bro.
And the funny thing is like even sophomore year, like all the games I would have like 29 points, and I would never break 29 and get 30, and it would always be like I missed like 3 free throws or 1 free throw. Like the game I had 39, I think I had missed like 1 free throw. I was like, no. I was like 1 point away from 40, and I missed the free throw.
You came back first game junior year preseason, put up dang near 40 ball. And, like, is there anything in particular you did that game where, like, you just came out, you just felt good, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we watched y'all. We were I don't know if you remember, but we played after y'all, and you scored like 20 or 35 points in the first quarter. Like, it set the tone for the season. So
Yeah. I don't like. I don't really have a routine. Like, every day it's like I pray and read, and then like before game time, like we pray as a team, and then I say my own little prayer. And I finished. I used to read a little book, like a couple sentences in a book, but I finished that book. And but also it's like I know it's not good, but I love candy, and every before every game I always have a bag of candy.
Nah,
So,
bro. One game it got
That
me
sugar
hot,
rush.
bro. It was pregame, right? I'm warming up. I'm going hard. I'm like, I need to get this dub. I turn, I shoot a three, I hit it. I turn around and I see you on the bench eating Sour Patch Kids. I'm like, there's no way, bro. There's no way pregame.
How was it getting your team and the fans at Leto to believe in the basketball program? Because they were pretty bad before y'all got there. So
At first it was actually pretty challenging, like from freshman year to even this year. Like this year it was still pretty challenging, but we're slowly getting more and more people. But freshman year was like really bad. Like we had like almost nobody but like our families at the games. And then it kept increasing, and like no shots to our football team, but they're not known to be the greatest.
yeah,
And we had like me and my cousin, like we had asked some people like why they didn't come to our games this year, and they had said they thought that we were bad because our football team had a bad reputation. So it was kind of like, dang, like.
And then y'all started pulling fans together every game, no matter where it's at. Y'all got y'all little student section somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And even the people who started coming more and more to those games, like it was all like people like we were already cool with, or like for some reason or another they couldn't make other games. But it was good to see like our game against Wharton for the district championship. It was good to see all those people there, because it was all people like we were comfortable with and already knew. So it was just like almost family bonding.
And then that junior year, y'all started hot. Y'all was on like a winning streak, huh?
Yeah, it was like 6-0, I'm pretty sure, and then we played Jesuit in.
Ooh. And that was a close game. I heard you turned up that game.
Yeah, it was a pretty close game, and I forgot what happened. My teammate Jack, he plays with us on G1. He had outsmarted me and got me a tech, and that was like my 5th foul. So I had to sit with like 3 minutes to go in the third quarter, and like I had just like started like knocking him down. I had just hit 2 threes in a row, and then our big also had 5 fouls, so he was sitting with me. So it was like we were relying on some of our other players who like we believed in, but they were running a press at us, and it just wasn't looking too good. And then they just pulled away.
Yeah, that's a huge game. You playing with your brothers that you've been playing for how long? Since middle school?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a big game. And then you had another, like, the rest of your season, y'all kept going up. What y'all end the season on? What was your record?
This year?
Yeah.
I know we had 20 wins. I'm
Yeah,
pretty sure we
that's
ended exactly at 20 wins, because our goal last year was to get 20 wins. I think we had like 17 or 18, so we fell short. So we had to make sure we got 20 this year. So I'm pretty sure we were like 20-7, I think.
yeah. What's something that you learned this season, your junior year, to like your freshman and sophomore year? Was there anything different this year?
Well, like it was something my dad, he was always telling me, like even like even when I'm having like an off game, like I still have to find out how to like be a helpful teammate in that game. And like I remember freshman year, like if I wasn't really hitting shots, like I would get in my own head, and like the rest of the game just wouldn't be a good game. And like slower and slower, like slowly and slowly, as I started getting older, and as I started hearing it more, like I just started getting mentally tougher. And like now it's like even if I'm having a bad game, like I still try like to play my hardest on defense and get my teammates who like are hitting shots involved.
That's good.
yeah, bro, you're impacting the game any way you can. So after that Jesuit game, we were looking at the schedule. Y'all went through a little rough patch there.
Yeah.
When the team goes through a rough patch, that usually builds you stronger in the end. So what was that like?
I know at first it was like we were like just like surprised, but like we knew it was our fault because we weren't playing as hard as we were supposed to. But we were just surprised, and like I don't want to say it's a normal thing, but I'm pretty sure it's a normal thing to like have a group chat with your teammates, and we had like a iMessage group chat, and we were just like talking about things that we could do better each game. So like it got us stronger, and after it was like during that patch that we were losing, it was like we were just talking like more and more, and like that just like gave me more confidence for playoffs.
Yeah, and then y'all came. It was first seed, right?
Hmm.
Y'all came. Y'all were just cooking, and then y'all had that big game against Wharton, which me and Zach were there in attendance. You know, you was just, oh my god, like you was just hitting everything, bro. It was just one of those games. You
You
know what
made
I'm saying?
history, man. First time in 28 years y'all won a district title, man.
How did it feel winning the district champion? And you know y'all been pushing that, change the culture, change the culture this, change the culture that. How does that feel to like finally do it?
It felt like winning districts. Like at first, I was like just surprised that we even won. Like I didn't even know how to react. And then like after, I was like, dang, we really won, and I was just happy, and I was just enjoying the time with my teammates. And then once it got to that regional game that we lost, I was like, it just gave me like more motivation because I was like, all right, we made history this year. Like next year, like we got to make more history. So I just use that as motivation.
When you're in that big of a moment, you know, everyone's watching. You got the ball in the end of the first half. You hit a buzzer beater we saw.
Mm-hmm.
You know, what's that like? You got all the pressure on you.
I don't know. It's just like whenever I'm playing basketball, like even when there's like moments of pressure, it's just like it's not really pressure. Like I just feel free. Like it's what I love to do. So whenever I'm playing, it's just having fun, and whatever happens, happens.
And we skipped past this, but you scored. You got your 1,000th point this season
Yeah.
against Robinson. Was it? Yeah. How does it feel to 1K as a junior? That's not a normal thing to do, you know. So how does it feel to get 1K?
Getting 1K, it felt really good, and me and my cousin, we had hit it at different times, but we had our celebration. I'm pretty sure it was our second time against Wharton, and like we celebrated together. It was like basically a senior night, but for 1,000 points, and it just felt really good. But like freshman year and sophomore year, like that wasn't even something on my mind. Like, oh, I'm gonna get 1,000 points.
Yeah.
Like I'm reaching for 1,000 points, and then when it came time for like junior season, I was like, whoa, like I'm kind of close, and I was just like, oh, I gotta get it this year. I gotta get it.
Yes. It's something that you just like you dream of doing as a
Yeah.
hooper, you know what I'm saying? Like 1K celebration, that's crazy. And you did it with your cousin. Like,
Yeah,
that's
y'all on
crazy.
pace to break the school record too. So senior year, that's gonna be fun to watch.
And now that y'all win districts, y'all had a tough loss. Y'all could have won that regional game. Y'all had a tough loss in regionals. What's your goals for the next year? Like, y'all have one more year left. Y'all got to.
So this year, our goal was, it was like kind of like some people's goal was 20 wins, and some people was like a state championship. Like for me this year, it was both. Like I wanted 20 wins in a state championship, but I noticed like each year, like we just kept doing better things, whether it was just the number of wins or games that we won, like big games that we won. So this year, winning the district championship was like just motivation. Like, oh, like we gotta go get states next year. We gotta make it to Lakeland next year.
Yeah. And then I seen the news interviewed you, your team, your family. That's crazy. How does it feel to have like your news at your practice interviewing you? Like,
It was at first it was like pretty like not nerve wracking, but I was like, whoa, like they're really here. Cause my dad and uncle had told me like, oh, there's gonna be news reporters at practice today. I was like, oh, like they're twirling us, like they're just joking. And then like we actually like when we changed out and went to the gym, we started practicing and they weren't there yet. So I was like, oh, like I knew they were joking. And then all of a sudden I see like some dude with a big camera coming. I was like, whoa, like it was just surprising.
yeah, y'all made that news, and then your whole family was like talking and stuff. That's like another dream, you know what I'm saying? Like that's crazy to do as a junior. Like you're not even at your peak yet, you know what I'm saying? And then you received that big offer. After that, right after you did the news thing, you got an offer first offer jitters, you know what I'm saying? Got that out the way. Now you looking for more.
Of course.
So, yeah, bro, you got to just keep hooping, doing you.
So what was the feeling when you got that first offer? Like, you've been working at everything for that.
When I got the first offer, that was something when my uncle and my dad, they had told me and my cousin at the same time, since they had offered both of us. I was like, immediately I was surprised because I knew that wasn't something that they would joke about. So I was like whoa, like we really got an offer. And like even the good and bad things, like I like to use as motivation. So that just motivated me, like, oh, you need to work harder and harder to keep getting more offers.
Yeah, that's number one. You could get plenty more. And getting one with your cousin. That's like, you know, I'm saying again, another dream,
That's
bro.
insane, bro. Like, y'all went into Leto and just, like, completely flipped the program around. And it wasn't even just y'all two, you and your cousin. It was, like, a whole family thing. It was, like, teammates, which is insane. What are some things that you individually want to improve for next year? Because I've seen you working on your store. You've been doing, like, little plyometrics and workouts and stuff. What is something you want to change for next year?
Well, if it was something I control, I would love to be taller, just to grow a little bit. But for the things that I can't control, I always want to get mentally tougher, but I also really want to get a little physically stronger. And there's always room to improve on like your ball handling and shooting. So just everything like that, and just being more efficient next year.
Yeah. And then this is off topic, but like y'all, every time I seen y'all play, there's not one time, no matter G1, saw y'all this weekend hooping, no matter Leto, y'all have the most energy in the whole gym. Like,
Yeah, bro, I don't know.
I'm on the other side of the court and I'm hearing y'all screaming. I'm coming to y'all side to watch y'all. Like, how y'all play with so much energy, bro?
I really think it's like, cause like we all know like how important basketball is to one another, and it's like, especially like when we're playing hard and like the things are going our way, and even when they're not, like it's just always play hard. And when we're just playing collectively hard, like it's just like a boost in energy that makes us have fun and fuels us.
Your whole starting five from Leto this year played at G1, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know.
That's insane, man.
So does that make a difference when the actual season comes?
I feel like it's a little different because some of the starters were on the older age group, like our big, our big, he was on the older age group, but like there would be times when like me and my cousin and even some others would play up with them. So it's like no matter what, we were always like team bonding and building chemistry
together.
And then for AAU, even when we weren't actually playing basketball together, like we were still in the same hotels. Like whether we were doing stuff we weren't supposed to, like ding dong ditching or just in the hotel room talking it up. It was just always
those were the best times, especially for us when we went to our Christmas tournament. Like it was one of the funnest trips I ever had.
Yeah,
so.
bro. We was you seen we was on a little losing streak, and that trip brought us like all the way together, bro. Like I can't replace that trip for the world.
No, for real.
Yeah, it's got to be a highlight of high school for sure.
Who are some pros that you kind of like model your game after, or they inspire you?
I remember when I was younger, it was always like Kyrie Irving, and like as Ja was coming up, it was like Ja. But now it's like I just like looking at like little things from like everybody I watch, and like seeing like how I can add this to my game or how I can add that to my game and just put it all together to make it my own.
So Leto kind of has the reputation in the county playing really fast.
Mm-hmm.
So is that something you guys practice a lot? Because you guys are running up and down the court. You're trying to go on 9-10-0 runs, get teams out of there quick. So what's it?
Yeah, during practice, we have like a couple of drills for like fast pace. And then we have like the basic shell drill, like to execute offense. But I think also what helps a lot, and I know my uncle's going to love this, is because he makes us do cross country before the season. So preseason, it's like a couple, like maybe a month or a couple weeks. We're doing like our own conditioning, like track and weight room, just preseason. And then cross country starts, and we're running cross country meets. And then after that, it's just like running the basketball court feels like like just jogging.
Damn, I never heard that before.
How many of y'all were running cross country? Was it you and your cousin, or was there more of the
It
teammates?
was pretty much the whole team. I know the whole team definitely everybody ran at least one cross country meet.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
that's huge. Bro.
I've never heard that before. That's insane.
yeah, that's a big culture change. You know, coming from a program that just won their first district title in 28 years. How was your dad able to create so much belief from the players to buy into participating in cross country before the season even starts? Like,
I honestly I don't know how he does it, but I feel like it's like because like we said earlier, we're all part of or most of us are part of G1, so it's like my uncle and my dad have been coaching us for this many years. Like it's like you automatically trust like what they're telling you is for like you to just be better and for a greater view.
Yeah.
Well, me and Zachy don't have to deal with y'all Leto boys going crazy on us anymore, but Dante does. But all of us here, we wish you the best luck for the future, and
Yes, sir.
I hope you you break the school record with your cousin and y'all everything and above. I hope y'all do good.
Do whatever you want, but not against us. Do whatever you want. All right, bro. Appreciate you for having.
Thank you for coming, bro.
Appreciate you for coming.
Appreciate you for having me.
Always, bro.
I appreciate y'all watching, bro. Like, comment, subscribe.
Yes, sir.
Until next time.
We out.